So tonight we got a AEW Grand Slam in Australia. And I haven't did an AEW video in a long time. Like a pre-AEW event. We're gonna pick who's gonna win, who's the losers. Especially Broski ain't here, but I'm gonna try to get with Broski tomorrow so we can start dropping episodes on Sunday for like what's happening this week in professional wrestling. Cause there's a lot of stuff going on. You got my boy Jacob Fatu dog walking motherfuckers. You got Yeet choosing Gunther, which you knew that was gonna happen because Cody Rhodes got bigger plans for him. Who knows? Maybe The Rock, maybe Roman, maybe somebody, But you already knew that Yeet was picking him. Charlotte Flair picked her person already, Tiffany Stratus. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll talk about that in the next episode. Hopefully, I do it with Broski. But right now, we're talking about AEW Grand Slam in Australia. Spark it up and let's go.
We are Wrestling with Weed, the podcast.
What's poppin'? It's the Boo Shadow, it's Batty around, Hollywood, Haley J, and you're listening to Wrestling with Weed.
Wrestling with Weed. Check them out.
I'm Sabu, and you're watching Wrestling with Weed podcast.
It's your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, and you're listening to Wrestling with Weed. Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
Ooh, Wrestling with Weed. Remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I got a couple of videos gonna drop. We got a smoke along where it's Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle for some belt. It might be the IWGP belt, but I'm not sure. But some belt in a steel cage in some gymnasium. That it was an awesome match, and we did it. Just gotta upload it. But yeah, remember, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell. Now we got AEW Grand Slam, right? In Australia, we got this the match card right here. You got Okada versus Buddy Murphy for the AEW Continental title. Then you got Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. Then you got Harley Cameron versus Mercedes Moné for the TBS Championship. Then you got the Death Riders, John Moxley, Cesaro Claudio against Edge, Adam Cope, and Jay White. That's kind of a weird teaming, Adam Cope. Now they call him just Cope. But yeah, then you got the main event. I'm pretty sure it's Mariah May versus, and it's better be the main event. Mariah May versus Toni Storm for the AEW Women's Championship, which is the only belt that's really prestige right now in this company. You know what I mean? Because Moxley got the belt, but he keeps it in the briefcase, and he's saying that the AEW doesn't deserve to have the belt. So they got a little storyline going on. So let's do the first one. We'll do Buddy Murphy versus, first off, spark up whatever you're smoking and let's talk some wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So you got Buddy Murphy versus Okada. And that's a hard match. You know what I'm saying? Because they go either way. It's time for Buddy Murphy to become champion. You know what I'm saying? Malachi Black left. He's probably AEW or WWE bound, but he might do some independence in the meanwhile, GCW. You never know. Then you got Okada that's been holding a belt for fucking damn near feels like years already. You know what I'm saying? They gave him this belt and they're like, hey, just hold this belt. You know what I'm saying? Because they brought him over from Japan and gave him all this bread and he was supposed to be a big money draw, which he's not. And they got to give him the belt. So I'm going to take my heart. Okada's going to win. Not in my heart. In my, like my wrestling brain. It makes sense. AEW, the way they move, Okada's gonna win. But in my heart, I want Buddy Murphy to win. You know what I'm saying? He deserves it. That dude puts in work. He's been a lackey for everybody, from WWE But now, and when he was with Malachi Black, he deserves some belt. You know what I'm saying? So give him the belt. But we'll see what happens. If I had to put money on it, Okada's winning. But if I had to put my heart on it, I want Buddy Murphy to win, you know? So let's jump to the next one. You got this tag team match. Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, which them two guys already had a match together. But Kenny Omega should be doing some solo shit and going after Moxley for that title. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that makes sense. But you got him and Will Ospreay and Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. You know, I ain't gonna Kyle Fletcher hot out. Shout out to Sky Blue. If you're listening, shit, give us a little shout out. Wrestling with Weed, you know. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, the Don Callis family. I have a feeling that it's gonna be a swerve. You know what I mean? Kenny's gonna turn his back on Will Ospreay, and Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher are gonna be his lackeys, and then he's gonna go back with Don Callis because that's where he's at. That's where the most important Kenny Omega we ever had in AEW was because he had Don Callis by his side. To be truthful, you know what I'm saying? And I love Kenny Omega, but when he's got his little mouthpiece on the side, he don't gotta say too much. He still talks, but that was the best time. He was the belt collector. He won. They gave him the TNA championship, world championship. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to think that you give another guy from another company that's not under your contract your world title. And for all you know, he could have took it back on his show and spit on it and did some dumb shit like Alundra Blade did back in the day with the Women's Championship. WWF threw it in the trash. So, you know, they had a lot of guts to have faith in it. But now, think about that, right? WWE probably see they had a working relationship. They gave fucking Omega the belt. Guys were coming over from TNA, jumping guys in AEW. There was a lot of potential for that crossover, but they dropped the ball. That's all on Tony Khan. There's no one else to blame but Tony Khan. And now WWE's doing it. And they're not going to drop the ball. Not with Triple H and HBK. Hell no. You know what I mean? They seen it and they're like, fuck it, let's go. Pretty sure WWE owns a piece of TNA by now. You know, they just got rid of Josh Matthews and Christy Hemme when they've been TNA stables for at least a decade. So something's going on, you know. So I'm going to pick, like I said, I'm going to say Omega turns his back on Will and goes back with Don Callis. So it'll probably be like another disqualification. So now you got the Death Riders versus Cope, the Rated R Superstar, and Jay White. Which I think that the Death Riders are gonna whoop them because they outnumber them. You know what I mean? They outnumber them. They got at least like 3 more members, maybe 4 at that. You know, and they got Pac, my boy, Neville, the guy that Gravity forgot. So I'm gonna go with the Death Riders on that one. So all right, so you got right now Mercedes Moné TNT Championship defended Harley Cameron. Let me tell you something about Harley Cameron. Not only is she beautiful, it kind of seems to me like she don't take herself serious. So she's not real like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. She did a whole little promo where she had a fucking Muppet on her hand. That was Mercedes Moné. Bro, I was so entertained with that shit. That shit was dope. That shit was funny. It was just all around great. And if they want to move, I feel like they should put the belt. Man, I think it will be a huge pop if she wins the belt over Mercedes Moné. Just if Mercedes Moné was good for business and not just about herself, which I don't know, but it comes off that way from all the articles you read and all the backstage drama you hear. But you don't know what's for sure. You know what I'm saying? What's bullshit and what's not. And I'll say it like this, like she should put her over. Put over Harley. Boom, give her the belt, and I bet you the crowd goes crazy. People love her personality. You can always love a beautiful woman that doesn't take herself seriously and is not bougie. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she is in real life, but a character that she is portraying, it seems like it comes off authentic, but maybe not. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So my money is Monet, CEO Sasha Banks. She's gonna retain, but like again, like with Bloody Murphy, my heart is with Harley. Let Harley get that belt and let her run. Give her the ball and see how far she could run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because every segment she got is just gold. You know what I mean? It's money. So main event, which I hope is the main event. I'm not sure. They didn't put it as the main event, but it's in the middle of the post that you're seeing right now, and I'm seeing. It looks like it's set up to be the main event. Tony Storm and Mariah May. Now I feel like this came pretty fast, and I feel like Mariah May's gonna do something where she cheats and she wins, and then they're gonna have another match later on. You know, that's my guess, because just to give the belt back to Tony Storm, which I think Tony Storm is from Australia. So you never know. Maybe she does get the belt. Maybe she doesn't. You never know. If I had to put money on it, I'll say Mariah May cheats to win again. You know, and then they could stretch this storyline a little longer. Maybe get into a cage. You never know if they're down. That would be dope. You know what I mean? But the fact that if they are the main event for tonight's show, that's super awesome. That's some Lita and what I say in the other thing, Lita and Trish main eventing Raw. This is not a pay-per-view. I think this is like Collision, but they're making it AEW Grand Slam Australia. So those are the matches for the card. Those are my predictions. If you guys want to be, interactive with us and supporting us, you guys can always put in the comments who you think is going to win each one of these matches. And I'll put you up, put the picture up, screenshot it, and then put who posted it. Have them follow you if you need followers too. Whoever's following us, follow them. So that's pretty much it. Grand Slam. Try to get you out that smoke along video with Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle in a steel cage. But for now, we gone. Enjoy Grand Slam Australia tonight, everybody. AEW. Still watching, baby.
Yeah.